Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for joining me today. And today I'm going to do a video that I'm very excited about. Quickly, it is an unboxing video from the Spidershop again. So I've got a few bits and pieces. I just wanted to say thank you for everybody subscribing and following me on my journey with my tarantulas in my new setup and all the comments that I get from people. I know some of you have noticed that I get confused at the minute by the way I'm speaking and stuff like that. Just to let you know, just a quick brief rundown. I'm not well at the minute. I've got some sort of illness which they're trying to find out. I've been put with one of these little glucose monitors at the minute, and that's found something else out. So fingers crossed, but I've had a bit of bad news today. Also a bit of good news on the health side, but that's something I'll come across at a later date. But that's the reason why sometimes you might see that I get confused with how I'm saying certain things to do with the Latin names of tarantulas and spiders, because I'm normally quite good at that, and I keep asking Lucy what's going on with stuff like that because she remembers. But just to keep you in the loop, I've got something with me at the minute. That's why I'm getting a little bit confused, but not on a downer, absolutely fine. And I've got a delivery today, which I've been looking forward to. I thought I'd treat myself because I've been off work now for quite a few weeks because I'm not sleeping at all to do with this illness. So that's getting quite hard and strenuous. So cheer myself up. Lucy and I bought some stuff. So I think we'll just get straight into the video and we'll have a look and see what I got. I think I remembered what I got. So let's just get straight in. And I'll show you whether I'll get some of them out on here to show you before rehousing them. I'm not too sure because I know one or two of these probably want to go straight in, but if I can, if they're docile, then I will. So let me just get straight into here. Over there. And that side. Right, I need that again in a second. Normally it's a box within a box. Go. Right, let's get straight in here. Right, so as you can see, I've ordered some tubs. That's to rehouse something in here until I get the rest of my other glass enclosures coming that I'm going to order. So I've bought a few of these tubs just to rehouse something at the minute, and then we've got something else in there as well. So let me just get those lids out. If I just sit to the side so you can see, I'll just move that down. So there's something we'll open in a minute. Oh no, it just dropped me sniper weapon. I love that. It's a little light that I can use, and I sometimes do, so I'll just leave that there. Right, let's pop these back in. Right, so we're going to use these today to rehouse something that I've bought. And then I've just bought nothing fancy, another brick of cocoa fibre, another brick of cocoa fibre. Let's get into this. Straight through. More packing peanuts. Right, oh god, that's still warm. Considering it's late, I paid for the early delivery and it's now the evening. Early evening, it turned up late from good old Parcel Force. Right, let me just get rid of these and then we'll have a look, see what I've got and see what I'm going to rehouse today. So first off, I ordered some dubia roaches, but right, there's quite a few dead in there, but I'll have to have a look at that in a minute. Right, so first off, I got a H. pulchripes, so the golden blue leg baboon, because I've got a female, confirmed female now in my collection. I was unsure. I did have two others. One turned out to be male and the other one died in a molt, typical as quite a lot of spiders do. So I thought I'd get another one with chances that's more than likely going to be a male, and I'll be able to tell quite early on. So H. pulchripes. And then I got, because I used to have these and I had a big female. If I've got any footage of it, I'll put it there on the screen. But that was my big female that I had. So I got 2 of these, P. Samopaeus Cambridgei. So I absolutely love these, the Trinidad Chevron. And I had an adult female and she'd be feisty sometimes. Other times she'd be quite calm. She'd be feisty actually when she got up to a molt. So she was absolutely brilliant. And I was going to pair her to have a sack. And I did pair her actually to have a sack, and that's when she got funny. She got paired twice. On the second pairing she tried to kill the male got away, and then she went and hid into her burrow and then sealed off the burrow, and I thought she was doing a sack. And then after some time I thought I haven't noticed anything, I check if she's had her sack, open up the webbing, and she was just perished inside. So she went weird, I can't describe it. It was like she dried up from the inside. It was just very, very strange. So I was completely gutted about that because she was one of my favourites because of the colour. So 2 Cambridgeis. So I'll rehouse those today. Right, there we go. So I bought one of these. I didn't want to have more, but it's the P. Aminia. So I had an adult female of that. If I've got any footage, I'll show you again. And she was called Shakira, and I absolutely loved her for a P. Aminia. She'd be so calm for months, and then all of a sudden take off the lid, boom, explode. She's jumped out at Lucy and myself once, and then ran at us across the floor, and I managed to cup her. Very unpredictable, but absolutely stunning. So I don't know if you'd say, I'd probably say that's more of an intermediate one. But then I have had some other individuals of these where they're just completely docile and placid, but yeah, I wouldn't say that's for a beginner, but I love that. So I only got the one, I don't want to get more, and if it's a female I keep it, if it's a male I'll send it off, but that's it. So I've got the P. Aminia, and then this one here, I've had these before. I think it's Orphanaceous species blue, Panay blue, I think that's correct how you say it. I'll put it up on the screen anyway. As I said, I'm getting still confused and I can't remember my names. But Chile, I thought it was a Chilobrachys. No, it isn't. Orphanaceous, I think it is species blue, Panay. I had one of these before and I absolutely loved it. It grew quite slow at first and it was female as well. And I got it to about that size. And then it just died in a molt while I was at work. Quite a few of them do that. And it adds some humidity in the tub. Because I went off direction of the person I got it from, and at that time I don't think I may have gave it enough humidity, but I wanted to try these again, and these are very, very cheap in the hobby, so I don't know why people don't like them. At first they're like a greyish sort of brown colour, but as they get older they do get that blue coloration, especially after a molt. So I've got 2 of these to try that again, so I'll rehouse them today with the P. Aminia and the Cambridgei. The H. Pulchripes I'll do in a video on its own because I want to show the female as well as showing that one. And then what else I've got in here is the Tarantulas mirinus male, and they haven't put the size on there. I think it's about 6 centimeters plus. And then I've also got a female, so the OBTs. And so I've got a pair. I really wanted these again. I've got a couple other OBTs. I've got the black ones, Mikumbi, and then the Starburst. I've got 2 different black variations, and I've also got the classic form as well at the top there. Grow very, very, very slowly at the minute. So it'd be good just to have these at a decent size, male and female, and see if I can get to do a breeding project with these. But my intention is to get these on here to show you, but as you know with OBTs, they'll probably just dart off, go into threat, and they'll freak out. But if I can, I will. But I'm going to put these 2 in these tubs, so they've got a load of room, and it gives me the height where I'm protected, taking the lid off. So I'll put the substrate right down here, a load of twigs and bits in there, but it gives them a load of room to run around and web up, but gives me the clear distance to have like a safe space until these have been in my care for many, many months, and they get used to how I deal with them and feed with them, and then they should chill out. Because my original OBT, if I put some footage up there, was completely placid, and I got her out in front of my young son at the time, which you shouldn't do with an OBT, but I had her from a tiny sling and grew her on to an adult female. She was big and chunky. Never gave a threat pose. I could let her out in front of us, walk around. I could even potentially handle her, but I just never did because it's not worth the risk. But she never showed me a threat, not once. And I paired her with a male from Owl's Arachnids. And she paired with that male over 2 weeks quite a few times. And then she died. Just no reason whatsoever. And I was absolutely gutted because she was my most placid tarantula ever. And it was an OBT. So it goes to show they all don't live up to the name. But you do have to be wary of these because out of all the OBTs I've had, she was the only one that was calm. All the rest normally can be quite feisty. But even that, my black ones and my other classic, no threat pose or nothing from them. So it all depends how you keep them. But these, no idea if they're world caught or captive bred. But I'm going to see what they're like. And maybe if I can, if they're quite docile, I'll see if I can get them out of here. If they run off, they run off. I'll be able to catch them. So I've got nowhere to hide underneath my shelves all in this room. You can't see behind you on the camera, but I've got shelves all the way up the wall and tubs, which I'll show you at a later date when I'll do the rehouses into them, because I've got floating tubs on my wall, which I'm very, very proud about. But that's for the big species. So they can't hide. So if they run off, just let them run. And when they've settled, then I'll grab them. But if I can, I want to get them out on here to show you and give you a good close-up look at the OBT out before I rehouse it. So that's going to be done in their own video. So I've got one video which will rehouse these today for you. That's on its own. That's on a separate video. And then last but not least, probably some of you see on the Spidershop's website the pairing. Don't know if I got the last two, I think I did. But I've got the Samopes Victorii, and that's the female and male pair. That one feels a bit heavier. I think these said 8 to 9 centimeters. So I've got those and I want to get them out on here to show you as well before I rehouse them into those enclosures there that you see behind you. I want to get them up into these so they stay in there. They've got plenty of room, but then I don't need to change them, and that should make them stay calmer over a longer period of time. It's only going to be tricky feeding them, but because they're 8 to 9 centimeters, no, this is going to be fine. I'll feed them, but then they've got plenty of room. They can stay there and get calm, because these can get quite feisty. The Darth Maul, I've had these before. Very food aggressive. They once they get to a certain size, they can strike anything, and they don't like being interrupted in their web case, and heavy webbers as well, what I've found. So I want to get these out and show you them as well before rehousing them into the new enclosures I've done. But yeah, I want to get some good close-ups of these, so I don't particularly care if they kick off. If they do, they do. You get to see it, especially with the OBTs. So I'm going to try and get them out. So that's another separate video. So that's it. So that's my unboxing today. I did order some more food, some bean weevils. So I might just contact them to get them set back out again. But everything's good with the delivery. Got it all through. So I think let's get straight on with rehousing all these things here. So there's 5 I'm going to rehouse now, and the other bits you'll see in the next. So that's part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. So there'll be 4 parts to this video. So I hope you look forward to watching those, and let's get on with the rehouse. Right, so these two here, the blue panny, they're 1 centimetre. I think I need to rehouse them in some sling pots. Or what can I do? Because they're only 1 centimetre, they're tiny, so I think I'll rehouse them in those. So first off, let me do that. Right, so it says only 1 centimetre on these. So just going to plop that down there for a second and get some substrate. First off though, put a little bit of water in the bottom. Bring up some dry substrate. They're going to need a drink, so it's moist at the bottom, at the top, and then you can see it's dry in the middle, so they can dig down to whatever layer they want. So let's just see if we can see in here. Oh, it's bigger than 1 centimetre, which is always a good thing. Oh, and they're very, very quick, so I'm probably going to lose this. Good shout to use that just in case. Give you a little look. That's about 2 centimetres, you can see. Get that there, so it's a good little size. Let's see if I can encourage it to go down in. It's not looking like it's dead fast. We'll do Let's just do that. Doesn't want to go in there. There we go. You can see it's on the side. That's at the bottom there. Nice and easy and nice and chilled, so that should dig down in there. There's one. Let me do the other one. I hope that one's still as chilled. Let's get rid of that. Same size again, so that's brilliant. But these can be very, very fast. There you go. See if I can get this to go in. Come on, buddy. In you go. There we go. So you can see that they're just balancing on. Come on. Don't want to get your feet caught. There we go. So that's the two of them. So that's the blue pane all in, as you can see there. Nice and easy, no real problems. Right, what's next? Pia Minya 1 to 2, 1 to 2. So I need to really see, because these are arboreal as well. You can do them in these little tubs. I have done it before in these little pots, but you just got to move them on so quick. So I like to give them a little bit of room straight away. I find when they settle, then they grow quicker, but it all depends on how big they actually are. See, that can be fine. That's absolutely stunning. I love Pia Minyas. Look at the coloration of that. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, is that big enough for here? Yes, technically it can be, but I'm going to give it some more room. So let me just quickly get it into here. Nice and easy. And we'll leave that there because I'm going to rehouse that to something else in a minute. I just wanted to see how big they are. Let me just check on these two as well. The Cambridgei. Because I've got a couple of other tubs that I'd like to use other than these sling pots. See, and that's the Cambridgei. Slightly similar to the Pia Minya as slings. This one actually looks smaller. Don't run off. Didn't like the feel of my hand. There we go, buddy. Come on. In you go. Doesn't like the feel of the skin on my hand. Come on. There's one Cambridgei. Let me just get the other one, and then we'll do their pots. Yeah, see, this one's a lot bigger than the other one already. All right, that is beautiful. Let's see if this one's going to run off. Similar coloration, the Cambridgei slings, to the Pia Minya, but there is a slight difference on there. So there's the two Cambridgei, but that one's slightly bigger. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get some other pots and quickly sort them out now, and then we'll set those up. So what I'm going to do is use these little pots that I've cleaned And I think they'd be absolutely gorgeous. And look at the size difference to the slings. So how many have I got? Those two can stay in there. So it's these three. So let me just see if I can get these sorted. So just get the burrs off. Make sure it's not rough on the inside, so they can catch their legs on. So I just smooth it out with the finger, it's really easy. Same on the outside. And then I've just drilled loads of holes in the lid. You can do any pattern you like. I try and get it symmetrical, but I do it so it's just around the top, just around the bottom. The substrate would be below the bottom holes, so you get a transfer of heat from the bottom to the top. So that's how I like to do it. So I'll just do the other two and then I'll quickly rinse them out and then we're ready to go. Clean that up before we do it, because if they run you don't want them getting stuck to all those little burrs because they'll stick to all their hairs. So clean that off out of the way. Right, so there's the 3 tubs all done, and I'll just label them up after, but let's just get some substrate in these. Right, bit of fresh water in the bottom of each of these. One, two, three. I think that's plenty of substrate in these. Cork bark, but first I need some moss for humidity. The humidity for these as they're slings is very, very crucial. So what I'm going to do is I collect this from myself, and it is very, very moist at the minute. So just break that off. And we'll pop that in. There we go, so we've got moss in all of those. Now, the reason doing that for the moss is I've got tiny little ink pots which I could technically glue at the top. I think I actually might do that. Let's get the tiny ones. Right, it would be worth the weight doing this, so you'll have a nice finish. Just turn that on, pop that up. Right, cork bark. You're going to need tiny pieces, so let's see what we've got. Bits like this would be perfect. On the side where there's no moss, you just prop that in. There's 2. And there you have it. As you can see, very, very nice, and so simple to do as well. So there's the 3. Let's get the lids in just to give added humidity. Bit of water just to cool that off, and it makes it set. And there you go. So if you can see that at the side, it just looks like that, and it's at the top on an angle, and that will give them enough room to get the water. So if sometimes you put the humidity down the bottom, which I will do, and then that'll evaporate up, and that'll keep them hydrated, keep them humid, but then they've got the top bit with the water if they do need a drink. So that's one done. I'll do the same on the others, simple as that. And there we go, same again. See in there, and that is brilliant. Look how fresh that looks and clear. Look at that. Move these out of the way. Look, at those. They just look great, don't they? In those tiny little bottles. On the angle, let it set, cool it off, job done. And I love how you angle these pots and the water stays in those pots, it doesn't just pour out like with the lids. Now look at that. Now I'm going to label them at the bottom, and it just looks like those mini sort of vivariums that you get, but these will work perfectly for your slings. You just got to make sure you've got enough air holes. Even though I've got the substrate going up to the air holes, once this is settled and compressed, it will go down, and then the air holes will be above the substrate. Even if it's just slightly below the substrate, it doesn't matter, it still pulls air through, you get that heat transfer. It comes out the top of the air holes along here, all the way around. And you can do it with tape, masking tape around, and then draw them on so you get them fully symmetrical. But as you can see, it looks good just like that. I've done it to the eye, and then with the lids, you've got all the holes there, so it will come out the top, so they're well ventilated. So that's absolutely brilliant. Right, so which one should I do first? Pecan bridgie. This is the larger one, look. And then there's another Cambridge. Look at the size difference on that. Oh. That's huge, that's so tiny. Cute. Whether that's a good sign, male, female. Because whether these are from the same sack, more than likely, but tiny one's going to do well in there. Plenty of room. Obviously it's not ideal, you want to keep the tiny one in something like this, but let's just do a little small one first. This is the one that run off. And then it should run in. This is probably going to come flying out. And it's jumped out.
It's cute.
Right, so that's twice that one escaped. It's right at the top. There we go, and it's going down. So that's one Cambridgey. Done. Let's get the bigger one in. This one was quite a little bit more chilled.
I love it when they get big.
Yeah, you loved that female we had, didn't you?
Yep.
Right, you ready to, do you want to grab all of that? Just in case it stops, so you just plop it over.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Let's go straight in.
Got the colour of the abdomen on it though.
Yeah. You're still sleepy from your journey. Oh.
Fast it is. Right, that went on Lucy's back.
That was funny.
Let's put that lid on.
That's faster than the other one.
Cambridgey, look, so you can see that. Right, so there's the two Cambridgeys. That's that one there. The other one's so tiny that it's right here, but that'll grow quick. One more molt there, get leggy. So that's both Cambridgeys. Right, let's start with the, finish with the Pia Minia on this one. Right. Remember the Pia Minias? Used to look after all the sack we had of these. So there's the little Pia Minia. Right, let's see. It goes in.
I love their little white socks. Oh, hello little fella. Look how skinny your little legs are.
Where's it gone?
Not one of them wants to go in their pots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, white socks.
And there we go. So let's get rid of that. So that's the two Cambridgeys done. That's the Pia Minia done. And that's the Pannes done. And technically that one's going to be moving, but I'll put these into a different style enclosure. I want to use these for arboreals, but these are perfect for slings. But look at that. How good that looks.
Have you said what they are?
Oh, they're
turmeric shots.
Oh, that's what they were, weren't they? Yeah. So obviously the turmeric shots are quite, if anyone's had them, they're quite harsh, but
I love them.
Make sure you clean them out. I had to almost boil these, use burning hot water, didn't I, just to clean it out, because you can't have any of that left in there because it could affect the tarantulas. So we properly cleaned them, left them for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Then I did it again, and we've got tons of these, and then obviously drilling them. But look at that for little, looks like little vivariums, doesn't it? And you can see the spider there at the bottom, their web up. But I'm glad I've got some Cambridges back, and these two little beauties here as well. So really happy with that. See if they dig down. If not, I'll keep an eye on them for the next couple of days. If not, I'll put some twigs in over the next day or so and just see if they want to go terrestrially. But I'm going to leave them for the minute, just see if they dig down there like that. But there you go. So that's the unboxing, part 1. As I said, I've got the OBTs to do in another video, and we're going to get those out. Hopefully, I think I'm going to do them in a minute though, but if I can keep Lucy here so she can do it with me. And then we've got the P. victori male and female, and then we've got the heart bacteria pulchripri. So I might just put that in something temporary and do that tomorrow, but the others we need to get out.
Yeah.
So we'll do that now. So thanks very much for watching. Tune into the next one, and what we might do is the OBTs. Just to see, because Lucy loves a feisty one. So any of you out there that love watching Lucy do a feisty one, let's do these now. See you on the next one.